Hello, everyone. We are back with more D&D. I need to raise my own volume a bit by the looks of it. But yes, we're back. We are back. Dragons. And I started with a different song this time. Alright, time to undeafen.
Itself was a lot.
It wasn't the
Hello.
play's fault. Hello.
Hello.
How are we all doing?
Doing
Doing
good.
well.
Alright.
Things are thinging.
Are we ready for adventure?
Ret to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, just making sure I have access to my song list wherever I put it. Ah, there it is. Alright. So yeah. I'll transition over to the map on stream. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted. One moment, chat. I'll give recap while I'm trying to fix it. Last time was a bit of a downtime session. The party just took the time to recuperate and recover after their fight. We also got to meet some new friends. Something's going on. Yeah, we'll pick right back up after you all have rested. It is downtime, so full rest and everything. And
Yay.
resolve goes back up to 3 times your level.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright, so I will...
All one resolve that Mina spent is back.
Hey, you
Yeah.
use it, you have it, you gotta use it.
Yep.
But it's also
Yeah.
used for recovery and rest, so don't use it too much. But yeah, as you all presumably wake up from your night of rest, I will leave the scene to you all.
Well, what's the weather like this morning?
I would say the weather is a bit cloudy, but not too much.
Those are the best days. It's nice and cool, not too hot. Good walking weather.
Yeah, I think Ember is definitely gonna, take a little bit of time to just, sit outside, breathe in the cool morning air with Ginger on his lap, and kind of just do a little meditative recentering after the everything yesterday.
Mina is going to stretch and get herself ready for the day.
Alright.
Jared's just pretty much content with doing pretty much whatever. He's probably just double checking that all equipment is properly maintained before probably just lurking. Just he is present. He is not doing anything, but he is present.
Alright.
I guess that would leave Eni as kind of the last one to get up. And once everyone else is kind of finished getting ready, Edie gets up, gives a big yawn. Morning, all.
Good
So,
morning.
have we figured out what we're doing now? Or what?
I know what I wish to do, but I don't want to drag along anybody if they're unwilling.
What would you like to
Oh.
do?
Empower my hammer. And I learned how yesterday. There are 3 ways. One of them is untenable. That would be to leave it in a dragon's hoard for 1 year. I am not waiting that long.
Very well.
The
And what are
second
the other
would
two?
be to kill a dragon and have it absorb the power of the dragon. That is an option
Yeah.
I am okay with.
We could try, but that might be a little tricky depending on which ones.
It would
Um,
need to be more powerful.
Could, at the mention of that, could I get just a quick history check on the side of Ember and Mina?
Okay.
Better than I thought. That'd be a 10 from Mina.
All right, 10.
How's a 7?
7. Ember, I'm presuming, just didn't have to deal with this too much. Mina, you would. There's one of the attitudes of the territories is like if you are able to slay a dragon, like that is a big deal. You know, if you're attacking your dragon lord, there'd probably have been consequences beforehand, but you know, the people of the territories respect power. However, you know, the next state of your hammer would be an adolescent dragon. Usually they have a parent somewhere who would probably be pretty upset.
Yep, that's... But she's still going to say she'd be okay with that option, but that doesn't mean consequences aren't a thing.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it necessarily, though, because as much as I say I'll be okay with it, because I would need to slay an adolescent dragon to get the next stage of my weapon. And draconic parents tend to be around adolescents. I don't think we want to deal with that just yet.
Yeah.
The final option would be to complete a ritual with the dragon's help to empower the weapon. So we would need to work with the dragon to get its permission and get it taken care of that way, which is the option that I am currently leaning towards.
I think that's a good option.
Indeed, especially since we received a work opportunity by one.
Gaining a dragon's favor would certainly be advantageous for us.
That would be the other thing. If we do something for a dragon, we will likely be able to do more things for that dragon or dragons.
Reputation.
Uni nods.
I see no problem with this.
Same here.
What of you, Ember? You haven't spoken over much.
I think finding a dragon to help empower the weapon is a good idea.
Didn't want you to be left out.
I'm here to follow your lead. This is your mission after all.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't get a say.
Well,
So where would we go to find an adolescent dragon to help us?
We did already receive one offer.
mm-hmm.
And the information did not state whether or not I would be able to skip a level if a stronger dragon were to empower my weapon.
So
I
if the
suppose
offer
this
still
would be-
So if the offer still stands with the Gilded Wave to the south, that might be our next course of action.
And it would be a good learning experience as well. If we find that it doesn't work, then we know where to look in the future.
Knowledge is always worth it.
I agree.
Oh. Plans are decided. Before we head out, why don't we go and get that reward we were promised?
Very well.
No reason not to.
And so the plan is to become pirates.
Like
Cue
every
Muppet
game.
Treasure Island music.
Nah, not Treasure Island, Treasure Planet. That's where it's at.
I only saw that movie once. I need to watch it again.
Good movie.
Same.
Mm.
It's so good. It deserves all the rewatches.
Mhm. All right.
Bring it out of the
Let's head
Bring
back.
it out of the vault.
Let's head back to the library.
Alright, you guys can go in and deal with it. I'll just meet you outside the library.
Very well.
Despite being not much of a people person, even Jared is caught off guard by that comment and raises an inquisitive eyebrow, but makes no verbal comment. I suppose we best be off then.
Aye, let's be about it.
I say that way too much. I need to come up with a new phrase.
Great bar phrase. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but variety.
Alright. So, going back to the library?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, when we get there, Ember's just gonna, like, sit in... I guess there would be, like, I don't know if there were, like, steps outside or just, like, a place to sit outside the building with Ginger.
There should be.
Yeah. He's just gonna do that.
Alright.
If anyone wants to insight check that, they can.
Mina already knows Ember's not comfortable here. She's just going to let him be.
Alright.
I'd like to attempt it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh! Okay, 23 insight, Jared. Alright, surprise me.
Woo!
Not too. You
I
too
think
focused on
Edie's
treasure.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I think Uni was too distracted by money.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
like,
sense.
have to get the money. So, what Jared can probably pick up is that, there were, like, a couple, like, the people there that they were talking to who recognized Ember seemed to be really uncomfortable with all of that, so that is probably why he isn't in a hurry to go back to the library.
Fair and understandable.
Also, do we want to make our luck roll to see if anyone on campus recognizes Ember?
Nah. I would say that's already been covered by what we did initially.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, could I do one thing while I'm outside?
Yes.
So as I'm sitting outside waiting for everyone else to get back, could I make some sort of, like, history or just some sort of check to see if, like, anything just, like, jogs any sort, like, any memories for Ember?
Yeah, I would say you can do a normal history check, or you could use your constitution, given Ember's situation.
Okay. Constitution's way better, so
Yeah.
would it just be straight Constitution check?
Do you have proficiency with history?
No.
So yeah, straight constitution check.
Okay. Okay. So I guess it's just this plus 4. 10.
10. You don't have solid memories, but it's like you do get the wave of nostalgia. Yeah, there's not anything solid you remember, but you do have that distant memory of your time here.
Just, it's kind of like, because I imagine a lot of what Ember does remember is kind of like on like an emotional level and not necessarily like as much with like details of like, yes, these are specific conversations and specific things that happen. So yeah, I think he's kind of just getting a like emotional memory of this place, and it probably kind of hurts a bit.
Yeah.
Especially given yesterday.
It's the memories are pleasant, but it's the lack of them that is making it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And the situations surrounding them.
Mm-hmm. I think, even though it's weird, I think Ember is... He is gonna take out, like, his sketchbook and try to, like, draw just the courtyard area that they're in, just to have some sort of record of it.
Alright. I would need just a performance check, just to see how good you do. You can use dexterity instead of charisma.
Okay, thank you. So,
Hey, look, it's a
plus
thing we were
3.
talking... It's 2 times the thing we were talking about before the stream, where people should use the, like, do a different modifier.
Also, I rolled a 7 on the die, so that's another 10.
It's a
It's
decent...
okay.
Yeah, it's a decent enough drawing.
Okay. Anyway, back to the others.
Alright, so you all go to the library. What are you all doing there?
Mina's just standing behind Eni, being completely unobtrusive. She got what she wanted, which was the information. Eni's the one who wants more.
Because we were promised a reward.
And Eni
The
still
ring
thinks
quest.
everything has to be a physical reward, while Mina
Yeah.
believed the information was the reward.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's fair either way.
Eventually, someone working at the library, an elven woman, got kind of the same ashy skin that Ember has. Hello, how can I help you today?
Good morning.
Are you looking
We
for
are.
anything in particular, or?
We are the group that brought in the books yesterday that were stolen.
Ah, yes. My apologies. Let me find your compensation. Thank you so much for that, by the way.
Yes.
Hold on, having to find it in my notes where that would be. Should be somewhere here. Sorry for the dead air.
All good, all good.
Okay,
Part of me-
yeah. No
Part of me
worries.
was tempted to just repeat what Mina said of knowledge is its own reward. Reward is still good. I was very tempted.
I'm trying to think how much these books would cost. Yeah, probably about on average. I'd say. So it's on average, I would say each book is about 5 silver. I really should have prepped this before, and I apologize. And there were how many?
That I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm having to scroll up
Where's-
through the chat.
Yeah, where is that
It was
list?
right somewhere.
Oh, there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, so 9 times 5 is 45. So it would be a reward of, you get a third of the value, so 15 silver.
Okay. Not much, but it's at least something.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually,
Mina will let
ac-
Eni
um,
keep her share. She doesn't care.
actually, I would say 30 because of, yeah. Because I was going
Okay.
off of if found in a house, which actually implies the owner's house, not the person who stole it house. So we'll go with 2/3. So 30 silver.
Yeah, Mina's still going to give her portion to Eni because she doesn't need it.
I will also say that the way it's provided is in, like, not silver coins, but, like, pieces of silver that, you know, like, combined weight stuff.
Alright.
It's
With
the
that,
worth of 30 silver.
With that then, she would provide Jared with 7.
Alright.
Set aside 8 for Ember. And
I
that
get an
would
extra
leave-
gold as thank you for the cloak.
Mhm. Yeah, she's very appreciative of that. So she's like, at least a little. And then 15 for Eni, since Mina turns it down when she holds it out to her.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes. I got what I
Alright.
wanted with the information.
All right, suit yourself. I'll just put it as Electrum. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ew,
Don't do that.
Electrum.
Okay. I know it's stupid, but I always joke about Electrum basically being a collector's coin and goes for more than platinum.
Electrum is so stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
it really should
it's
be
not in the
just
same
like another-
denomination.
Yeah.
Audience, I am so sorry for bringing this up.
No, it's fine. I think everyone who knows D&D hates Electrum.
Mm-hmm. All right, Eni will go back. Eni will head back out after waving to the librarian. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You as well.
And heading
Jordan.
outside.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
It was just that Jared gives a nod of acknowledgement, doesn't say anything as he leaves.
Beanie will walk over to Ember. Here you go. Your cut.
Thanks.
And place 8 silver in his hands. Alright. Now, before we head off, we probably should figure out where we're going to. I know it's south, but not exactly where.
I would say insight check. Insight or history check, I would say.
For everybody?
Yeah, anyone who wants to try and like logic out where the Gilded Wave is.
24.
24.
21.
21.
Okay, I'll do insight because that's better. 14.
14. Okay. I would say, you, both for Mina and Jared, you saw some of the items that they were wearing. And while, like, a lot of it kind of generic jewelry, there was quite a bit of lapis lazuli. Not to mention the best area for a water dragon to get resources like that is the Golden Sea. Down the border between Ergoreos and Antechni of the Mortal Kingdoms and the territories. Oh gosh. Screw you, roll 20. So somewhere along the Golden Sea as opposed to the ocean itself.
Alright. We have a direction.
And we have, at the very least, a guideline for where along the direction it may be.
Yes.
Sure, we could find some more information about it. For now, let's get moving.
We'll probably find something along the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. I have no more business here.
And
Let's
let's
be
be
about
off.
Alright. Are we going into travel mode?
I
Yeah.
like it.
Sure
Yeah.
sounds like. Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't remember if I made this change before or after the last venture. The travel rules have been slightly updated just to make some things make a bit more sense, and the complications appear more often. Just because complications are fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did that for our last travel session.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
That sounds correct, but my memory is spotty.
Yeah.
Just like Ember's.
Yeah. I also need a refresher because it has been a while since I looked at that updated version of Venture. Okay, yeah, I had not updated it in the doc. We'll go off with those rules because I need to remind myself on them. The rules in the doc at current, which are the normal rules, because I forgot the updated ones. So that tangent was pointless. Anyway, what is your pace?
Normal, I say? Is that
Yeah,
correct?
so,
I
yeah.
don't believe we are all that urgent right now.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So you yeah, I rolled a complication die, so that's fun. Normal pace. D4.
I thought
2.
normal pace was. Oh wait, complication. Sorry.
Yeah. And then adventure. So that
Alright.
is a D6 for the travel die.
All right.
Um,
I'm gonna have Ember go back to making potions. to help restock the party, so I'm not going to be navigating, at least not with this one.
All right.
Alright. May I roll the first one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright,
Do the thing.
1d6.
5.
5. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I do believe you all have control of our little party tracking token there that you can move as you will.
Yeah.
So you can move 5 hexes.
Alright, and for making potions, that's a dexterity check, right?
Yes.
And what's the DC?
Just a 10.
Okay. Alright. 13, because I got a 10 on the die.
13. All right.
And also, is it okay if I do a bit?
Sure.
So, So I think Ember, like, does know, like, who, use their potions, basically everyone except Mina. And so he's gonna take the normal healing potion he just made, go over to Eni and say, "Hey, Eni, could you give this to Jared?"
80 looks up and then looks
Also,
over
how
at
far
Jared.
away is Jared?
I was about to say, it's
Oh,
like, Jared's probably like right next to her. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, Eni, could you hand this to
Yeah,
Jared?
no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, Zaldin, you cut out there. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Just. Hello?
Okay,
Am I
so
back?
You're alive!
Yeah, you cut out there for a little bit.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
So how does Jared react?
Yeah. He, Uh-oh. Is it happening again?
No, you're good.
No, we
Okay.
can hear you.
It just caught up on my end. The
Ah.
leaving and
Okay.
coming back. That is so weird. Anyway, yeah, so Jared just, Jared tilts his head slightly, confused, and, he holds out his hand specifically to Ember and says, "You do realize I am right here."
Sets the potion next to Eni and says, "Thanks, I'm sure he'll appreciate having another potion," and then walks away.
Okay.
That's
He's still a
shady.
little confused, just takes the potion and hands it over.
Mina off
It's
in
for
the
you.
distance, head in her hand. I am traveling with children.
Just, I'm surrounded by idiots.
And
Okay, anyway, that's it. That's the bit.
Good bit.
He
nice.
shakes the potion a bit. You're gonna take it?
I suppose I must. And he takes the potion from Eni. I understand what I said was probably not the best of things I could have done. But even that seems a little much, even to me.
Seems like he's been through a lot recently. If nothing else, if we're a little brutally honest, it might have made things a little hard on him.
Yeah. I... hmm. I suppose so. And he looks genuinely, like, contemplative, almost? I'll... I'll give him a bit of time. If not, then... If he doesn't... I suppose... begin tolerating my presence more, I suppose, then... I'll say something to him in due time.
All right, take the time you need, Eni says. And then she goes back to kind of playing around with her weighted dice.
Of course, you would have weighted dice.
Yeah, just kind of tossing them about and trying to have them land in like specific ways.
If you're gonna scam, gotta know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to roll them so it like looks organic that they're landing on the same numbers every time.
A bit like that, and having them kind of land in like almost impossible ways of like having them end up on top of each other, or just like crooked on both of them crooked at the same time.
One lands perfectly on the corner.
Try actively trying to get something that isn't what it's weighted for.
That's a challenge.
Sounds like something Leanna would do.
It
Not to
is.
cheat. Not to cheat though, just because it would be difficult.
All right,
Just to
back
see
to
if she
travel.
could.
Well, first
Yeah.
off, we have our encounter. Do we want to have this encounter be a fight, or?
It could be whatever.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. So as you all are traveling, which one of you gets the feeling you're being hunted?
Probably. Mina?
I do have a +6 to perception.
I also have a weapon of warning.
It's not Eni.
Yeah. I will say the feeling of being hunted is also, for backstory reasons, a kind of, familiar thing for Ember, so...
Yeah, so I would say Mina and Ember both, you get that feeling. Jared, your daggers kind of moving in anticipation just a little bit.
It glows blue.
Well, there's no orcs here, so it wouldn't glow blue.
True.
Oh my gosh, that's why the weapon of warning exists. That's what
Yep.
spawned it. I never put that together.
You're welcome.
I'm not even mad. That's just like, I did not freaking expect that.
You can trace a lot of D&D back to Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I just didn't expect the weapon of warning. But yeah, so what do you all do with that first little sense of it?
Surreptitiously look around to see if I can notice what is hunting us.
You
Yeah, and Ember's gonna get axe at the ready, make his footsteps just as quiet as he possibly can, and just see if he can figure out where the sound is coming from.
Alright.
Jared prepares to summon his great sword from its interdimensional space.
I would say, Eni, you're just like walking forward, and then you probably bump into someone.
Why did we stop?
Quiet.
Something's wrong.
Edie looks like she's about to say something. Like, snap back at Jared and just goes quiet and pulls out her rod of missiles. Wand of missiles.
You... Sorry, I'm trying to import these tokens. To download them every single time. Noxious. But yeah, you all feel just that feeling. I will have you all position yourselves on the map while I just finish up the preparations.
Alright.
Okay, what's as far away from Jared as I can be while still being with the rest of the group?
Oh gosh.
Where is the
Sorry,
front line? Because Mina would position herself closest to wherever she believes the thing would be coming from.
Well, given that you all are going south, I would say that would be technically the front. It would be approaching you from the back, so technically that would be the front line.
Okay.
Okay. And also gonna stand close to Squishy Sorcerer. So.
Got your own. Got your
I
own three
die when
bodyguards.
someone sneezes on me.
Just trying to find the spot that Mina would actually take because she doesn't want to be left out of another fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, off to one side, I would say, right
Very
now,
protected, Edie.
right now the group's
Hooray!
back. You see,
Oh,
approaching. And from the other side, I didn't copy it. Another one.
that's
Two
a big lizard.
Allosauruses. Gotta get the right song. Sorry, chat.
God, what's that part in Jurassic Park of like the Velociraptors coming out the sides?
Clever girl.
My only thought is because I play too much WoW, not one, but two Yormonger worms.
Alright. Sorry for taking a bit to get the music. I'm having to juggle 5 balls, chat. Oh,
All
the
good, all
job
good.
of a DM.
Da, 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 da.
But yeah, now tempo begins.
Alright.
Mina shall be in the
And with
before.
my
Well, Jared gets
Yeah.
his
Yes.
bonus action or
Yeah.
movement.
Yep. For my before, I am going to. I'm going to place a Hexblade's curse on the one on the right.
Alright. It is hexed. Alright. Who's taking the before?
Okay,
Uh,
quick question. Would it be pettier to go after the one that Jared doesn't go after, or to go after the same one to be it's like, no, this one's mine?
I say the latter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, bonus action rage, let's see. Ooh, 8! I haven't gotten this one yet. Okay,
Ooh.
so, Ember rages, and then there's a beam of light, that, let me just double check the range on this. Because I think is... Okay, Can I say I use my movement to get closer?
Yeah.
Okay. So also gonna be using my movement, so I go up to this one, and as he's going and raging, there's a beam of light that shoots at it, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
I need to double. Okay, DC 15.
Natural
it makes it.
20.
Ooh.
Dang. Yeah, so beam of light just like shoots at it and it just shakes it off. So now action gonna reckless. Cause
Reckless.
it's what it's there for. Ooh, that was a 9 on the die, and I think my attacks are up. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh wait, that's a D20, not a D12. Okay, so that's 14 slashing damage from the first attack.
Woo!
Because I rolled an 8 plus axe damage plus strength plus rage, so second attack, and it's also an advantage, right?
Yep.
That's how reckless works.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep, all these attacks.
Alright. Oh, I got a crit!
Woo!
Nice!
So, full 12 plus modifiers
Plus,
and D12.
Plus 6, so that's 18 plus whatever I get on this D12.
Woo!
Jeez.
So it's 18 plus 6, so that's 24
Oh!
slashing damage.
Oh,
You.
boy.
What does this look
So,
like?
14 plus... Wait, 14
So,
plus 24, that's 38 slashing damage on one turn.
Oh my god.
What does this turn look like?
I think he sees the turn, put the curse on it, and is still feeling petty, so he just goes in, guns blazing, like, beam doesn't hit, but he just, like, slashes twice, and... and yeah, I imagine it's looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my turn.
alright.
It's like kneeling down a bit from how heavy you hit it.
Just this tiny 5'3" elf just decked it.
Yeah.
Oh, 5'3". I did not. For some reason, I thought Ember was taller.
No,
Ember's
no,
small.
he's a small bean.
He's a very small being.
Oh my god.
Okay. Then yeah, I would like to take my action and cast Eldritch Blast on the one that's severely wounded.
All right.
Here's the first. That's probably a miss with a 13.
13 is just its AC.
Heck yeah! So that's 12 plus an additional 3, so 15 force damage.
How do you take this thing out?
Outstanding. So seeing where the two slashes connected, Jared basically aims for that pinpoint of where it was already hurt and fires and very severely wounds it, piercing through the wound that was already left there.
It rears back in pain and then drops dead.
Alright. And shadowy wisps come from the dinosaur's corpse as they flow towards and into Jared. And for his other Eldritch Blast, he aims it at the one that's still up.
All right.
That's a 16
That'll hit.
for 10 plus 3, 13 force damage.
All right.
And I am not going to use my bonus action, and I would like to remain where I am and let it come to me.
All right. Is Mina also acting in League before?
Yes. She is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, spin her hammer, charge up a shocking grasp, and strike through her weapon with it.
All right.
That is a 26 to hit.
That'll do.
Let's go.
For 13 lightning damage.
Woo!
Only one action per attack, so she will end her turn looking it dead in the eyes.
Is Eni doing anything in League before?
Yeah. Edie's going to take out her wand of magic missile.
Ooh.
All right. Let's really see what this thing can do. And she is going to, at 6th level,
Oh!
cast magic missile.
Alright, so it's 3 for the at level 1. So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8d4 plus 8.
so 2 times 8 is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Just peppered. Coming to the instant. This thing's gonna disengage and run away. Does anyone pursue it or attack it while it runs?
All
No.
done.
I have a 120-foot range with Eldritch Blast. I would like to do 2 more when I have an opportunity to.
Alright, we'll come back, try to attack.
Alright.
Before Jared gets a chance.
Oh, okay. You do your thing first.
Yeah, since I haven't moved. 30 feet. And are you in range?
It can
You
move.
certainly are.
It can move 60 feet around. That was just like to
Okay.
get it off the screen.
All right. So how far away
Actually,
then would it
funny
actually be?
enough, that actually is where it would be.
Ah, perfect.
Do
Perfect then.
the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing.
Yeah, as Edie just walks over and then using a quicken spell will lower her hand and just essentially bang and fire off a ray of sickness.
All right, roll to hit.
24 to hit.
Yep. How do you take this thing out?
Just as this thing is fleeing, just before it thinks it's home free, this sickening ray hits it directly in the back of the head, causing it to crumble to the ground.
It does. Congratulations, you have beat 2 Allosaurus that were trying to make a meal out of you.
Well, it's only fair that we make a meal out of them.
Going Monster Hunter on this shit.
Well, Mina is a chef. She can break them down and make us Allosaurus steaks tonight.
Yeah. And like you can salt and preserve it for some jerky on the road?
Yep.
I wonder if those teeth and claws are worth anything.
I mean, possibly. I still have the cockatrice wings and venom from the previous thing as well. But you have to remember, here they're more worth goods and services. They are the currency.
Mm-hmm.
We can take as much as we can.
Yes.
I would say survival check just to see how neatly you can break it down. It's not going to affect anything. It's just for flavor.
17.
17? Yeah, pretty well. And Mina, you cook up something pretty nice. You all smoke the rest of the meat because these are big creatures, but you're probably not gonna have to worry too much about rations for a while. The meat is
Thanks.
somewhat like bird meat, but it's also pretty gamey given that these are big hunters. Not as much fat preserves on them. Yeah.
Jared
They're done.
will, yeah, as we move on from the area, Jared will give a nod of acknowledgement and approval to Ember for his earlier I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but his first turn in the fight and
Yeah.
say, "That was good work." Outstanding.
You say so. And like he doesn't mean that like he's saying it very neutrally, like it's not like antagonistic or anything. It's just like, indeed, that is a thing you said.
Doing his best to channel Mina.
But yeah, and he'll get to work helping Mina prepare it, because he worked at an inn, he helped out at the kitchen, he probably knows some stuff.
Yeah. What seasonings do you have with you?
She actually has the lemongrass from the first session.
So yeah, you're able to use lemongrass. Yeah.
Like, could I like make like a nature check to see if there's like anything else just in the vicinity that I know could be used as herbs?
Yeah.
She does also have some herbs and berries, but Mina is not a fancy chef yet. She just is transforming thing into other thing.
That's a dirty 19 on the nature check.
Yeah. I'd say you are able to find some herbs to give it some more flavor.
But yeah, so I collect like as much of the herbs as I can and make sure to give all the extra to Mina, since I know she likes cooking.
Appreciate it.
And you'll have a pretty nice meal by the fire. While you have a much bigger fire nearby to smoke all the rest of the meat.
Oh yeah, and I imagine this is a really good day for Ginger.
Yeah.
Travel rations are a go, as well as dinosaur bones for the Doge.
Yeah.
The biggest
Yeah,
question is,
Eni-
how are you carrying all this meat?
17 strength, let's go!
Excuse me, I also have 18 strength, so
Well,
even if it's not worth anything,
And a 15
Eni did
strength.
Eni did collect some of the teeth.
well, the reason I bring it up, I'm just gonna drop the size chart for an Allosaurus in the chat.
They're
We're
big.
They are
definitely
big.
not taking all of it, because I'm fairly certain we can't actually carry all
Yeah.
of it. But
It's-
we're
Yeah, and
taking as
I
much as
imagine
is
it'll-
reasonable.
yeah, and I imagine a lot of that size is also like organs and like
Yeah.
you know, maybe like tissues we can't necessarily cook.
Yeah,
Well-
and once it's kind of dehydrated too, it loses a lot of that weight.
Here's the
Yeah.
fun thing about like cooking organs. That's how sausage came about.
True.
That
true.
that's why haggis is a thing.
It
I guess-
shouldn't be.
Haggis is just proto sausage.
Very true.
But yeah, so yeah. Anyway, for context, the reason I brought up like how are you carrying it is more of a question of volume than weight. But You're
Yeah.
leaving some behind.
Mm-hmm.
And you continue on with your travels. Still normal pace?
Yeah.
All right.
No real urgency at the moment.
3, no complication.
Who'd like to roll the die?
I got it.
Actually, I can do the Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
Ooh.
I was gonna say it's like I could do the navigate to give us advantage, but yeah, and I'll make another potion, just so that one for himself, so that way everyone has one. So
All right.
you said the DC's 10 and it's Dex.
Yes.
Okay, I just got to 10 because I rolled
Alright.
a 7 and I have +3. So
Nice.
Nice.
all right, so Ember has a potion for himself.
And remind me again, each of these travel instances with the complication and the travel movement that we roll, how long is that approximately?
Each hex is a day.
Okay. And across these 11 days that we've traveled so far, would Ember's attitude towards Jared change at all?
Yeah, so he's not like, aside from the couple moments of pettiness, he's kind of just more like distant, and also like in general, like initially when you're traveling, like he would like, you know, strike up conversations, you know, try to get to know people, but hasn't been doing with any of that. Not just with Jared, but also like hasn't really been talking to Mina and Ini either, so is just generally like, you know, very quiet and just checking in to like, you know, help out with like cooking the dinosaur meat and all that. So
So, improved, but not like...
by like 2%.
Improved is a stretch.
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's technically better than when first setting out. All right.
Yeah, but not by much, and is still very much like, whenever you're walking, he's definitely still making a point to like be the, of the three people, be the farthest away from Jared. So
All right. All right. Appreciate answering.
Alright. As you all travel, eventually you don't feel the wind. Not even a gentle breeze. The air is completely still. Almost stale in a sense. And
That feels unnatural.
as you travel, you come across a stone circle.
What is
I-
that?
Either
Would
you familiar
Mina
with
have a
this?
clue?
I'm gonna investigate the stone circle.
Alright.
There it goes as well. His curiosity has been piqued.
Mina will also take a look and
That's a
will
12.
use
Might
guidance
as
on
well.
himself.
Alright.
15.
15?
That's a 4 plus 3, so that's 7. Was so close to being in that 20.
It
That's a 5.
it seems
We're all just shrugging.
at first it seems like just a normal pile of rocks. But Ini, You notice that like they go a bit too deep. There's something. These must have been parts of an old building or something. These definitely aren't natural, and it's definitely ancient, but you don't know exactly what.
I wonder. Hey, Meathead,
Yeah.
would you be up for a little bit of digging?
Actually, and I'm gonna do magic awareness.
Alright.
So, within 60 feet, I know any spell or magic item, and what, as long as it's not behind total cover.
You do
And I know
that.
the school.
You do that, and you feel abjuration magic from this space.
I relay that to the group.
Interesting.
It's odd. Well, whatever this is, seems like a building or something buried.
Abjuration can mean one of two things. One, it's protecting whatever's inside from others getting in. Or two, protecting everything outside from whatever is in.
I would like to clarify, it's not like at the tops of the building. At most, it's the base layer. It's just that like these rocks are so in the ground that they were intentionally put here and then buried over time.
Yeah.
Just with how things happen.
Intended to keep something out, or keep everything out, or keep something in.
Right.
Do I get like a hotspot of like anything interesting with the magic awareness, or?
It's kind of the circle of stones itself. In the same kind of ways that like other magic circles, you've sensed other magic circles.
Okay. I also relay that to the group.
Is
It's
this
like I
something
don't
that we
know what
wish
it
to...
could be guarding, since it's just the stones themselves.
Is it something that we wish to investigate further, or make a note of to come back to at another time?
Well, my curiosity is certainly piqued, but we can save this for another time.
And
Definitely, let's mark this though.
yes, we do have a map, so let us note it on the map to come back to at another time when we possibly
Yeah.
have done some research.
I'm guessing Ember has the map, since I'm able to do the navigation.
Most likely, yeah.
action.
That
So,
that
yeah.
tracks.
Yeah. So I'll make a note of that, and Ember also has a journal that he'll just write some notes on of just abjuration magic ? All
right. Oh, I actually, for my own purposes, had a marker. I can just make that visible to you guys instead of having to draw a circle.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Alright.
There you go.
Okay. So onwards.
Onwards.
Okay.
Onwards.
Yeah, and I'll use my action to do the navigation check so I can give us advantage. So
Alright.
I think complication die first, though.
Yes. 3.
All right, and 2 5s.
Alright.
It was so worth it.
Hey, 5 5 is
5
still
is good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I like to think of it as like, Ember's looking at the map and he's like, okay, we could do this route, and then is like, oh wait, we could do this other route, and both routes take exactly the same amount of time.
I found a cut.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that now. Thank you.
Yeah. I would say based on where the token is, you guys can choose if you want a grasslands or a mountain encounter.
Mountain sounds fun.
All right.
Yeah. Change it up a
Yeah.
bit.
You, as you approach the mountain, there's a bird that follows you for a good portion of the day. And then eventually, as there's a tree ahead of you, a tree that's like either one of those, like, in a western or like on a mountain, just the dead tree. The bird lands, but it's much bigger than you expected. Funny enough, about the size of the Allosaurus you recently fought a few days ago.
Can I roll animal handling to see if bird is friend?
Yes, you can.
Ooh, that's only an 11.
11.
Animal handling is only +3.
Well, I would. It still gets you something, because giant eagles have an intelligence of 9. They are smart. Hey, once again, back our conversation. A lot of D&D is based off of Tolkien. The bird regards you with a bit of a glare that eagles always give. So you're not sure if it is angry at you or it's just eagle face, resting eagle face.
I'm very much getting a Sam the Eagle. You are all weirdos.
Yeah, but it
Okay,
kind of
Eagle's name is Sam.
it kind of gives you a little bit of a bow. And since they're slightly expectantly,
I think, the first thing that, Ember thinks of is like, God damn it, I wish I knew speak with animals. If I was Autumn, I wouldn't have this problem. I think he's gonna take out some of the Allosaurus meat, and he's gonna give that to the eagle.
the eagle hops down from the branch, and like, yeah, this is a big ass bird, and walks up and just like gently takes the meat from you, regards you, and like gets out of your guys' way on the road.
I also give
Jared's
it like a little bit
posture
of bow of
relaxes.
respect, and I also hold Ginger back. No, don't say hi to the eagle. I will like hold her up so she can like, you know, see the eagle, but is very much like, no, don't say hi. You're very small.
The eagle looks at Ginger, and it doesn't seem any like aggressive towards her, like, oh, prey instinct. Just looks at her and acknowledges her. Whoever
You are a
can
dog.
roll insight.
I'll roll insight.
Why
If that's
the
okay.
heck? Why the heck
Yes,
not?
might
How
as
often can
well.
you insight a bird?
17 on my insight.
Oh, hey, look, another 15.
11.
I would say, Ember, you get to pick up on it. Like, yes, this is still a bird, but this is also an intelligent thinking creature. It definitely would not attack Ginger unless Ginger was being annoying. And you given the expression, probably thinks Ginger's kind of cute.
Aw.
But yeah, Ginger's in no danger.
Okay.
This is a sapient creature.
Is a cute puppy.
Yeah. But yeah, so... But yeah, so I think I might likely leave a little bit more of the Allosaurus meat for the eagle, just as, like, hey, for the road, you know? And then we'll continue going.
Eagle acknowledges you, and you may continue on.
Well, that was weird.
Not the weirdest.
True.
Oh yeah. I think, probably isn't good, you know, they probably have to get away from the eagle, but he is gonna try and, like, sketch the eagle. Maybe it's like, next time I get a chance to write a letter or, you know, talk to Autumn, I have to tell her about this.
Yeah. Alright. Next venture. Complication die. Oh.
Mhm.
I have to actually click the text box. 1.
There we go.
Was anyone
Was
good
not
at network?
that
Because I do remember now that like we were doing venture actions before any rolls.
Yeah.
We could.
Oh yeah, I also realized I should have rolled that navigation check, but it wound up coming out to 2.5, so it wound up not mattering.
Yeah.
But I need to remember to do that in the future, so I will. And,
Would, but I like complications.
oh yeah.
Ah.
Also, because I do want to do the navigation again. Did we say that one was wisdom based?
Navigation. I think it was wisdom based.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Or do we want to try to avoid
30,
this?
20, so yeah. Okay. Because I got a natural 18 plus 2, so dirty 20 on the navigation, so yeah.
Just as a heads up, the complication would be lost supplies.
Okay.
If you guys go through with
Oh
it.
no, not some of our pounds and pounds of jerky.
Hmm.
All
All right.
The eagle came.
I
The
mean-
eagle came back for seconds in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I am personally fine with keeping it because it should have been called beforehand.
It really
but-
should have, yeah.
That is on me
Yeah.
for forgetting the order of operations because it's been a few weeks.
Is
Mhm.
fine.
Okay. Anyway, and there's our. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, so the complication is as they're traveling along the road, who would be the most likely to almost fall off a mountain road?
Is it bad that my first thought was Eni?
Wow. Thanks.
Honestly, it was my first thought too.
I have a 18 in dexterity.
Oh dang. Okay. Maybe we should determine that. Who was the worst dex?
Yeah,
I
you know
have
what? Let's
16
roll for it.
dexterity.
Why don't we roll for it?
Yeah. So
Alright.
so just like raw dexterity check.
Yeah. Everyone good with that?
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good with me.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, why the heck not?
Okay.
I accept my fate. It looks like the dice even agreed with this. Alrighty then.
The dice have stories to tell.
The dice have spoken. Lay it on me, DM.
Yeah, so as you all are traveling, you know, you're going along a mountain road, and all of a sudden, Eni, like, you just step wrong, and you, like, your feet get swept out from under you, just by
Yeah.
the gravel and dirt. Who is able to catch her?
Jared would immediately.
Yes.
Mina would
Everyone else
also.
would, like go to try and catch her.
Yeah, it's just, and as you catch her, it's just the way the bags shift. Some of the jerky is lost. Luckily, you have a ton more.
Mhm. Edie's not the strongest either, so she wasn't carrying a ton. Just a
Mm-hmm.
man.
Yeah, and
I ask people.
yeah,
As she watches
and
all
Ember
of
is
her
gonna
rations
like go to
disappear.
like help. Ember is going to like help Jared pull her back up. So
She looks at her shoes, which are these essential wooden sandals, which are definitely not made for this kind of terrain.
Are you well?
Yeah. Just missteps. Glad it wasn't any of our treasure.
I'm glad it wasn't the rest of you.
Oh yeah, I guess that too.
Alright. So 6 was your venture. Feel free to move your token.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
As you all come out from the mountains, you see what was blocked for a while by them. As coming out from the passes you've been weaving around, you see a area with a storm over it. But the storm isn't moving. It's staying in that area. And the sky around it, the dark clouds, it's not a gradient of clouds. It is, you have a pretty large collection of storm clouds and then clear sky right next to it.
Would we know that if that's normal?
You can roll Arcana,
can I-
History, or Religion.
yeah, I'll make an Arcana check.
Let's
Or
go with
nature.
religion.
Or Nature.
I got a nat 20 on my check on my intelligence check. So
I got a 12
yeah.
on
Don't know why
Wow.
not twice.
religion.
16.
Alright.
so I got
Natural
24
1.
total.
Eni, what? Or 16. Okay, Arcana 16. This is a land of dragons, Eni. But Ember in particular, nat 20. Huh. That storm's just staying there. Perpetually. As a reminder, in case players have forgotten, you met a Dragon Lord with the title the Perpetual Storm.
Have not forgotten about him.
Neat.
So yeah, I do mention that to the group. I mean, that probably has something to do with the perpetual storm.
Must be his territory.
Understandable.
Let's try and skirt it if we can.
Alright then.
All right.
So,
Right.
as I would say, as you all notice that, Jared, your dagger starts shaking just a little bit. But you've mountains behind you. You're pretty sure there's nothing there. Desert in front of you.
Something's wrong.
Hmm?
I don't know what, but something's wrong.
Mina will look up.
You don't see anything
Yeah.
up.
Can Ember?
Maybe
Can Ember make a perception check?
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Apologies if I say too much. That's just the ADHD in my
You
brain.
are fine.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
If it makes
Oh,
you feel
yeah,
better,
okay.
I watch the streams back and I also say too much. Also, I got a dirty 19.
Mina got a nat 1. She has absolutely no
Ooh.
idea.
A 2.
It's like being. Is she getting like a bit of like just overstimulation from the storm being an air genasi? It's like there's like a feedback loop or something.
Maybe, but I don't quite think so.
Okay.
All right. So you all are looking at what's going on, and Ember, you notice a bit of wind. Doesn't seem exactly like wind. Oh shoot, that's an air elemental. Doesn't seem like it's noticed you, but it looks like it's on patrol, maybe.
I relay that to the group. Guys, there's an air elemental here.
Avoid it as best we can.
Alright.
Skirt the territory. If it's on
Right.
patrol, then
Stealth checks?
Yep.
Oh boy.
all right, let's go.
Oh, 15. That's not bad. The other was a nat 20, but, well, disadvantage is a thing.
Yeah.
Double
I-
nines.
Well,
I got a natural 19, so that's 23.
Ooh, 23.
I'm rolling great for this one.
Yeah.
For this one section.
Let me
Maybe
double
just-
check an air elemental's stats.
God, I just imagine Edie standing out in desert with black and red clothing, just screaming, "Come get me!"
+0, so it's a straight nat 20. 7. You all, despite...
Ooh.
Jared, how are you stumbling through this stealth attempt? And how does it barely not notice you?
He, I'd say that, Jared, when trying to avoid its notice, he doesn't really know where it's facing, so he kind of like, for a fraction of a second too long, he stays still, sees, or at least feels the direction it's going, which would tell where it's looking, and then just quickly hides behind, like, it might not be a very particularly big one, but oh hey, sand dune, duck under that real quick until it feels like the wind passes.
Alright. You successfully avoid the air elemental. I will say, my maps for each dragon's territory is pretty rough, as I need a way to represent it without crowding the map so much that Roll20 is just gonna crash. But for as long as you are in the, yeah, I'll say for as long as you are within the Perpetual Storm's territory, if you are trying to go unnoticed, complication is going to go up by 1. So now complications result from a 2 or from a 1 or a 2.
Okay.
Alright.
Just since like you guys have determined you're trying to avoid notice, so just variation on the roll.
Alright.
Alright.
Then, I would like to attempt the, I can't remember what it was called, the one for mitigating the complication.
Gather information.
Gather information. Thank you.
I will also say, again, because you're trying to not be noticed, difficulty will go up to 15 on that.
Okay.
Edie will help out.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and
It's
I'm also gonna keep navigating to try and get us through this area as fast as possible.
All right.
all right. It is Straight charisma with advantage. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And I got a 17 on the navigation, so.
17. All right, that's a success.
That's an 18 on the thing.
That's a success. So now it is 2d4. Keep the fire. Or no. Well, we haven't
Higher.
determined travel pace. So.
Normal.
All right, just going to normal still. Okay.
I'm guessing if we go fast, then we're just guaranteed complication. Since it's...
Yeah, since it's D2.
Yeah.
Yep.
So...
Oh, still get
Unlucky.
the complication.
Well.
Should I roll the navigation one now?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what the complication is. That is
2
a
threes.
D8. Wow, doubles. 6. Ooh.
2.
I did not think of that. Actually, funny enough, so as you all are traveling, Eni, you have your hat, which is nice.
Yeah.
But at the same time, whenever the shade doesn't catch you right, you're getting very miserable. What would you say is a good amount of exhaustion for Eni to take? And I will say this is using 1 D&D exhaustion, so it goes up to 10 instead of 6, and
Okay.
it's each level is a cumulative -1 to D20 rolls and your saves that you inflict.
All right. Would you mind if I rolled D4?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make that 2 points of exhaustion.
You got it. Yeah. Again, just Eni. Again, Eni in black and red clothing, just walking through the desert again, and just huffing and puffing is very much starting to overheat. Just
Ember is
grumbling.
gonna give her extra water.
I'm good. I'm good.
Eventually, as you travel, there's are you at camp, or do you make camp for the evening, or is it mid-travel when the encounter happens upon you?
I'd say we're probably slowing down and getting camp ready. If that's
Right.
good.
So it's early evening, I presume.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. As you
Edie
do.
just,
Yeah.
Edie just plops down on her bedroll.
As you do, there's a sound of wings as 5 figures appear from the sky, bird-like at first, but as they get closer, you can see a humanoid body shape along with the wings. And the 5 figures land. "Hail, travelers," one says in Draconic, as you behold 4 bird folk, aka Aarakocra, but serial numbers filed off because lore changes.
Also, that is so hard to say. It's at times.
Hail.
They're the type where like it's the wing is also the arm, because that's fun.
I love that.
Mhm.
We noticed you traveling, and you bear resemblance to ones that a envoy of our Dragon Lord saw. Is there any assistance we can
I-
provide?
Who is your Dragon Lord?
The Perpetual Storm.
Right.
In fact, were you the ones who helped free the Mother's Trees?
That was us.
Indeed.
Well, our Dragon Lord has spoken highly of you, and would, if you are willing, of course you would have to double back, would have you as guests.
Ember's look over at Mina because this is her thing that we're doing, so it's gonna defer to her.
Mina looks very pensive because something perpetual goes against basically everything she likes to believe in. And she doesn't feel... I don't know if she feels like she'd be able to make it through without causing a scene.
Mina and Ember, just because you've been in the territories, history check just to see what you might know of the Perpetual Storm.
12.
Okay. Sorry, have to remember what my history is. It's +1. 9.
Yeah, so, I would say with the 9, I would say 9 to 12 range, like, you both know the reputation sky dragons have, that they are either wrathful like a storm, or they are serene. They're, but, you know.
Gee, I wonder which one the perpetual storm is.
Yeah. But it's to, and Mina with a 12, to your point of perpetual being against your nature, you know, it's, if a sky dragon were to be perpetual in the way the tyrant is, they would be a serene sky dragon, not a storm one.
I think we can double back and be guests if the rest of the party is up for it.
I have no
Edie.
objection.
Yeah, Edie gives a thumbs up. Yeah, we don't know where our other destination is right now, so I'm fine with that. Please be quiet. I got an awful headache.
Oh dear, you do not
Jared.
look like you
Can
are
I make
equipped.
a nature check to see if I know any herbs that could maybe help Eni?
Yeah.
Get rid of migraine.
Nature or medicine?
Well, that's a 3 on the die, so I got nothing.
The answer is don't get heat stroke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this sucks. Hate the desert.
Hate sand.
But
You
she
know
wears
the joke.
sandals, so you think she would be fine.
Yeah, and then look to the rest of the clothing, which absorbs so much heat.
Yeah, Jared will, like, make a point to stand in the way of the sun for Eni.
Very well, we shall guide you there.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to be honest. I did not plan for the Perpetual Storm to be here, but then on random encounters, I rolled Air Elemental, 5 Aarakocra, Air Elemental, and that basically I'm like, okay, yeah, he's
You know what?
here.
Take it. Yeah, sometimes the
Dice
what I find-
said...
The dice have stories to tell.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
that-
do.
But
That's sometimes the fun thing about encounters, if it
Yeah.
just builds its own story, essentially.
yeah, the reason I bring that up is that I don't have anything prepped for the Perpetual Storm. So it's pretty early, but just for the sake of me being able to prep things, is it okay if we call it here?
Of course.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I also don't know. We were also still lost on where exactly the Gilded Wave was, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think this works
Yeah.
Ask
anyways.
the Perpetual Storm for directions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can do a job for the Perpetual Storm and supercharge the hammer immediately with lightning, which is something Mina would very much want.
Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does
yeah.
work out.
All right.
And oh, what was I gonna say? Brain. Never mind. Later.
Yeah.
Is Ember still not happy with Jared? Is that the question?
Yes, it was.
I'm kidding.
Yes, it was actually. Well, it was related to that because if it's gone on for this entire time and we're about to reach a new destination,
Mhm.
yeah, it probably would be a good time to address that if it is.
Could that be like the last thing we do?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right.
Then, yeah, uh, seeing how throughout the entire travel that there's been minimal improvement from when we first set out, Jared will Jared will approach Ember and say, how would he phrase this? Would you mind acknowledging my existence for a few minutes so that I may say something?
Are you going to be scolding me again, or is this going to be an actual conversation?
We cannot
He
continue.
does mean the question sincerely. So.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We cannot continue as we have been for this entire journey so far. Specifically from the city, I mean. And it's... The best way I can describe it is that, in like... If this were a comic book or a graphic novel,
Literally choking out the apology.
it's kind of like Jared's text and text box goes from black background with white text to white background with black text. I apologize. I was hurt, frustrated, bitter, and angry. And I should not have taken them out on you. I am sorry.
Thank you. The thing is, I would not have judged you, Eni, or Mina if you had been the one to freeze, if something caught you off guard and it took a moment to pull yourself back together. We're all mortal, we falter, and it happens. And I have done my best to not be so hard with the fact that I struggle.
Jared nods along
So,
to show he's listening.
yeah.
I
But
And that simply goes to show how much better of a person that you are.
genuinely surprised to hear Jared say that. I do my best. Thing is, after do you want to know what I meant with 100 years of the worst place you've ever been?
If you're willing to speak, I'm willing to listen.
So you know how you're familiar with the schools of magic. You know how conjuration magic works, right? It's either pulling something from someone else or opening a door.
Right.
Well, the accident I mentioned was apparently me less opening a door to somewhere and more smashing a hole through a wall of the barriers between the realms themselves, and problem with that is it doesn't lead to anywhere except, well, the realm that
Be in between.
connects everything. 100 years of that. Took me a while to find my way out. And that's also why my memory isn't coming back, because I didn't lose it via magic or anything. 100 years by yourself, you forget.
Jared
So-
nods along sympathetically.
So yeah, so another portal opening very suddenly. Not fun.
I can understand that.
To your point of me having, or being a better person, when I did find my way out, I was able to find a couple of healers that basically took me in, helped me remember how to be a person. There is a lot of cruelty in this world, but there also is a lot of kindness. And I definitely want to add to the kindness.
I see. That is admirable.
Get the impression you have an necessarily had that example set for you. I mean, if your brother was anything to go by.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
Alright. Well, if you ever need to talk, you ever need help with anything, I'm here to listen. And you should probably get going.
Right. I'll take note of that. Thank you. And
You too.
if I may, could I offer one piece of advice?
Yes?
Whatever that was, well, no, rephrase. If something like that ever happens again, try your best to push that down as far as you can. The world, if there's one thing that I know, the world punishes weakness. Be strong and don't show weakness.
I think
And-
Ember hears
Sorry.
Ember hears that and is like, Jared did not register anything I just said, did he?
No. No. The big thing is that he thinks that this is genuinely good advice. Like, whether it was taught or learned, this is something that he genuinely believes, and he thinks that he's being encouraging. This is not at all like, this is just worldview. He hears and understands what was said, but he is trying his best to help what he thinks would be a help.
I think Ember's gonna take that and just be, it's like, oh, you think that's actually good advice? Okay. Let's get back to the others. I think
Right.
he just doesn't have time to unpack what Jared just said right now, so it's just like, okay, let's go. We're good. We're talking again.
All
No,
right.
we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Jared, buddy, I think you might have equal, if not worse, trauma.
But isn't that what D&D backstories are all about? Just competing for who has the saddest backstory?
Yeah.
No, I deliberately make my characters not necessarily have a tragic backstory.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I lean into it.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
like in our home game, I feel like it's like a three-way competition between 3 PCs of who has the most tragic backstory. So yeah.
How was your evening?
Ah, shut up, phone.
Thank you, Siri.
Our evening is
Mina-
lovely.
Mina doesn't have a tragic backstory. She just didn't fit in and made her own way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Leona,
She just wants
my
to take down the man.
my other
Mhm.
character, didn't have a tragic backstory at all. And then her family was made into a tragedy because nobody's allowed to have nice things in D&D, especially anything related
Yeah.
to family.
But yeah, thank you, players. This was a good session, a good travel session.
Thank you for running.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send out a raid, and then I'm gonna call the stream. Thank you everyone who showed up in chat.
All right.
Thank you for watching and enjoying our nonsense.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
Shenaniganry.
Dragons.
I'm glad people seem to enjoy Ember's pettiness.
Oh, it's fantastic. I love it.
I'm so glad to do really fun dragon stuff. We get to have like more specific to this one dragon stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, dog, I heard you like dragons, so I put some dragons in your dragons.
Dragons. It's almost like my avatar is a dragon or something.